Hey, everybody. This is Let Me See Your Transcript, your very favorite history teacher. Can y'all hear me this morning? How are y'all doing? So, I want to come on here. I know it's been a couple of days. There's been so many things happening in the news that I want to comment on. Definitely got to give you a Brego Garcia update. The El Salvadoran president came the other day. He's President Trump humble. But anyway, let me get to this tale of two Republican town halls. I put both of the links there from Forbes Breaking News that I subscribed to. They both aired the town hall from U.S. House Rep Marjorie Taylor Greene of District, I think 14 from northern part of Georgia. She had it in Cobb County, which I guess was a new addition to her district, I believe. And then I also watched Republican U.S. Senator Chuck Grassley from Iowa. Representative Marjorie Greene sits. She is the co-chair or the chair of the Doge Committee. And Senator Chuck Grassley, I believe, is the president pro tem of the Senate. So when J.D. Vance is not there to preside over the Senate, he does. He has been in his job for a very long time. He is 91 years old. And I think at one point he said something about, I've been doing this for 45 years. So I was like, oh, okay, been there a while. Marjorie Greene did mention that this is her 5th year in the U.S. House. So hopefully that means she's up for re-election next year. So Georgians, y'all know what to do. These two Republican town halls, remember, there have been some very explosive Republican town halls, I should say, across the country since Trump has come into office. And people have been fired from their jobs, veterans are losing their jobs, lawsuits, deportations, some people taken that shouldn't be taken, universities stripped of their funding, visas of international students, and also instructors. Just one here in Houston the other day, his was taken like in the middle of the night, so he has to leave. Teaches math. This ain't even in a semester yet. So another colleague had to take over his class. Let me see what else. Deportations to El Salvador for their supposed to be the worst prison in the world. $6 million we're paying them. Yeah, so people have been going to town halls and expressing themselves, but the Republicans have been saying, these are just Democratic agitators, protesters, paid by the Democrats. Excuse me? Y'all must really think George Soros is paying for all these people to come here. No, these are people from y'all's district. They are telling you how the policies that you're supporting and the checking and balancing you're not doing against the president is affecting them. Okay? There are other Democrats who are having town halls. They're not having, they actually did have a couple of Cory Booker and I think Arizona Senator Mark Kelly. They had a protester at theirs, and guess what? They actually let her speak at theirs. Who was it came to Houston area? Was it Beto O'Rourke? And I forget who was the other person that came with him for a town hall here. And you know what? Positive. Okay. But I'm going to tell you the difference between the both. Please watch both of them if you can. Marjorie Taylor Greene, hers was what I expected. I was really surprised she was going to have one because the U.S. Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, sent out a memo saying, hey, y'all need to start having these in-person town halls because y'all are getting these people who are upset with y'all. But some people are still having them. So I was still surprised she had it. But I should have known that it was going to be a performance. It was going to be a show, and that there was going to be some screening. On her website, she had it in the afternoon, which means more people are able to come after work. But they were screening. Hey, Mama Lisa, thank you so much for being here for the super chat. So good to see you. Girl, what's up, folks about everything? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the super chat. So Marjorie Taylor Greene, she screened her people before she came. You had to live in her district. She even had the questions that they had. They had to type them in or send them in. So she had a list beforehand of who to answer. Most of the questions were very pro-Republican or pro-MAGA. There was a couple of questions where people were criticizing, the government's executive orders, cuts to Social Security, and a couple of times she said the person's first name, and her comment was always like, "Oh, you need to stop watching. You need to stop watching the news that you're being brainwashed with," or she'll say like, "Oh, you're not very." Basically condescending remarks like you're not smart. The Democrats are lying to you. We're not cutting Social Security. We're not cutting Medicare. Or she'll talk bad about, what the Biden administration did. Or a lot of what she said was praising or invoking President Trump, Elon Musk, saying the Democrats, they're very violent people. When she did have protests, because there were people who were protesting and got kicked out, the police was definitely on standby. I saw that where in one of the descriptions of the video, it was like 5 different police departments. It was the state police was there, the county police was there, the city police, and I think a couple of cities Cobb County is in. A couple of cities, that are in Cobb County. So they were there as well. So she was prepared to have someone be removed for speaking out or protest. And she would say, "Oh, this is not a political event. This is a town hall. This is not." And I'm thinking like, it is a political event. Everything you said there was MAGA, MAGA, MAGA. You were reiterating what Trump was doing was great. The deportations, the Lake and Riley Act, things that Elon Musk was doing, and she can say, "Oh, I get probably more death threats than anyone else." Well, let's see how many death threats you get compared to Jasmine Crockett, because she says she gets just as much death threats as you do. So, but it's just this reiterating this message like, "Oh, these people here, they're Democratic actors." Ma'am, you screened these people in the room. And later on, when I saw the videos of the protesters, there were like 100 protesters outside. And then when I found, because in the video, you only could see her. That's why you see her on the right-hand side of the screen. You only see her talking, because that's what my point of view was in the video most of the time. Later on, when I saw other videos that gave a full-fledged view of the room, there were lots of empty spaces. So they were screening who to let in that room. If you look at Chuck Grassley on the right, he had a smaller venue. They did pan the camera around, but he also kind of like walked around the room, and he went up to people, because also I think he has, because he's 91, I think he also has a hearing issue. Plus he didn't have a microphone like she did, Also in her presentation, she would reiterate something, the point she's trying to get across, and then she would show a video. So she had some production things going on. She had a message, pre-planned message going on. So she talked for about 30 minutes and then asked questions. And then there were some people who were like taken out or moved out. I did notice a couple of people were tased, and they said 3 of the protest. I think they said anywhere from 6 to 8 protesters were removed. 3 were actually arrested. I did see one man kind of like resisting arrest, and another man got tased. So there were black protesters and white protesters that I saw. And then I saw one other comment think it was from the Midas Touch. They had another point of view. I guess something that I missed when I was watching Marjorie Taylor Greene. She mentioned someone being, oh, that person must be an illegal alien. And I was like, oh my goodness. Those are gaslighting dog whistle words. And I'm just like, wow. And I just said, that's why I said my thumbnail, like, you sound like Trump. That's what he does. He says things that his base wants to hear. He says it to affect how they, and then be dismissive of the other side's points of view. It's like, oh, they're actors. Oh, they're prone to violence. Excuse me, it was 1,500 people who jumped and had that. Oh, this is what she said too. This is 1,500 people who went to the Capitol for that riot or insurrection, but they got pardoned. Do you know that she counted that as a peaceful protest? And then she said, oh, Democrats, they're known for violence. And I was thinking, like, who is she talking about? Oh, she said the people who came to the Capitol, and I think also the pro-life protesters that were pardoned, they were peacefully protesting. And I'm thinking, like, that's not what I read. But she's telling this to people she pre-screened. And then, you had the police there, which is a lot of times happen when there's a protest. The police are automatically brought out because you either, to me, I feel like having the big police presence was saying, hey, we are here because we know that her, this is the thing. She always says something explosive as something very controversial. And for her to say, oh, this is not a protest, this is a peaceful town hall, we're here to talk to constituents. And I'm thinking, like, I've seen her in Congress yelling at President Biden. You know what I'm saying? I've seen her marching after, a Parkland survivor harassing that person. So now all of a sudden, when it's your event and you want to be the one to control, it's, oh, this is not that. No, it was a political event. Because you didn't give anyone else's point of view. Or you think the first thing she did was for President Barack Obama, but that was like to, talk, disagree or talk, about what he said. I think she said something about the Lake and Raleigh Act. Oh, the Democrats, they should be responsible for this girl's death. And I was like, what? Biden and the Democrats are responsible for this girl's death. And I was like, what? Not the man who did it? What was done to that girl was horrible. That man should be punished for what he did. Same thing with the young lady named Nungare here in Houston. But they were victims of the people. Yes. And then again, in both their cases, these were people who were here illegally. And I want to say have been kicked out, but they come back in. But how many others have been kicked out and were able to be kept out? Most sexual assault are by people that the person knows, and are usually the same race. Usually. But should the president's policies be responsible for that person's death? Is that total responsibility? Are you giving them too much responsibility? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, and she said also Antifa and BLM were violent. She said Democrats were typically violent people. She said BLM and Antifa. And I'm like, but y'all had 1,500 people riot at the Capitol because y'all didn't like the election results. But those, okay. The pro-life people who were pardoned for, I think they were actually blocking I don't know if it was abortion clinic or Planned Parenthood, which is basically against the law. And I want to say, did they hit a doctor or something? Something that I had to double check. But I was just like, it was just, to me, pure performance, pure show. I think she got, some of the protesters having the police there take them out. She was saying, yeah, take those people out. You want to protest? Go outside. Well, okay. So, but yeah, I put in the description and in the what do you call it? Hey, Pixie Dust 1958. How you doing? Yeah, so I put both of the links in the description and also in the chat. Definitely check them out. If you can, definitely look, for highlights. I've been looking at, because I watched both of them, but sometimes I do miss things that other people point out. But yeah, I totally missed that illegal alien comment that she makes about someone who was protesting, didn't like what she said. I know she makes some very snide remarks when one of the questions was one that she didn't like, and it was just like, to me, it's very gaslighting, very dismissive. And I was like, Trump does that. Now, Grassley's, I think, was very different. His, I felt like, was more personal. It was in a smaller room. There were, I would say, there probably, I don't know, when I saw the different point of view of Marjorie Greene's room, and I saw there was like a lot more seats that were empty, I would say maybe anywhere from 50 to 60 if you didn't count the seats that were not filled. There are definitely, to me, more people outside. And that's not including people who were her staff or who were the police officers on the inside. Grassley looks like he had like 30 to 40, maybe 30 in a room. But like I said, I did see him as he moved around the room. So I got to see a little bit of pan of the room of the people in there. Most of them, I would say, was his demographic. Now, one person, but I did like the fact that he had a little card that he was looking at. I think he had some people who signed up for questions too. So he was trying to answer those questions and answer anyone who hadn't speaking. So I think he was really trying to be polite and not be condescending, and not everybody agreed with what he said or what the president was doing, but he listened to them. He listened to them. He went closer to them so he can hear, but also because I think he really wanted to know what they said. So to me, he was not sounding like Trump. There were some points where he was like defending, like, okay, this is what the Congress was, what I'm planning on doing in Congress on my end of the Senate. I'm trying to take back the tariff power because, our power is to, what did he say? Our power is to, is the power of the purse, and so we need to take back that. We gave too much power to him and to other, presidents, Democrat, Republican. But there are other people that are sounding very, very angry about Social Security, about it was about the chemicals and environment in her area, because Iowa is a rural area too. One guy made a very good point. He said, I'm concerned because you have the time of the day you're having these town halls because either they're there during the day when only retirees can be here, or people who choose to take a day off work. And he's like, I took a day off work for this. And he was a veteran. And the thing about it is, I felt like we got to hear more of the constituents in Grassley's town hall, and he got to hear them too. Now, did he answer every question? No, because there's one last question I think I wanted to answer to. He's like, because the man asked, like, well, what are you gonna do about it? Because I think twice, two different people asked me, like, hey, what are you gonna do about it? So he, at one point, he was like, hey, this is what we're doing in the Senate. But the thing was, the House had already passed, like, for example, to say that. But he's like, oh, well, in the Senate, I don't think we're going to be able to do that. So it was a lot of different topics. Medicare, Social Security, the SAVE Act, the VA, the firings, the environment, the deportations, um, uh, things like that, the tariffs. So we got to hear a lot more from the people, not just, like Marjorie Greene's instance, reading the question. And we kind of have a person's name. For all we know, that wasn't even a real person. And for all we know, she had paid, like she keeps saying Democratic has these actors in here. For all we know, those Republican actors that she had. Okay. I didn't feel that way when I was listening to the Iowans in that room. A lot of them were, to me, I would say 50s, 60s, and 70s. Maybe the last guy was a veteran, probably close to my age. He looked like he was. And I think this may have been his second or third town hall he's had. It looks like I saw some more that he may have had. But yeah, it was, his was a little bit longer. His was an hour and 11 minutes. Hers was under an hour. And I think she also, someone asked her a question about was it the insider trading? But she does the deflection like Trump does, so it didn't go nowhere. Yeah. So but definitely, if you have time, you can always put it on double speed or 1.5 speed. You want to get through more of it, but definitely take a listen. Hopefully someone else. I wish I had time, but I don't, because I'm teaching and stuff. But I really wish someone could put a question that they both were asked at the same time and put both their answers next to them. And you can definitely see the difference. Definitely Marjorie Taylor Greene, I think she's closer to my age. She's definitely the type of person that that Trump likes, very supportive of him, reiterates his talking points. Grassley seems to me like he's struggling, like he's a conservative, but he is struggling, and he's seeing that, hey, there's some stuff that's happening that's wrong, but he wants to help people, but he's not totally coming out. And even someone, I think, asked him, like, hey, do you agree with the president? And he was like, well, I don't agree with every president. And they were like, no. Do you agree with this one about what he's doing? And so he was trying to, be the politician and just like, hey, I don't agree with everything he does, and this is what we're going to do. And, and I'm thinking he was listening to them, but they really wanted a much more concrete answer to what he was asking. So, yeah. But yeah. So just letting y'all know, I want to come over here and let y'all know about it. They were calling it the tax day town halls. Yesterday was tax day. Which I'm like, why did y'all fire all them IRS people doing taxes? That don't make no sense to me, but that's just me. Yeah, so I was just like, okay. But hey y'all in the chat, sorry. Yeah, but all those people who were there, I could definitely see them, and then at one point, Marjorie Taylor Greene actually said, had a respective angle, oh, wait, I'm not live? Did my internet go out? Can y'all hear me? Yeah, we have to we need to campaign, we need to vote. It's good that Pixie does. Yeah, we need a campaign, we need to vote. Protesting is great. They didn't need to be, and going to these town halls, I definitely think helps as well. But also, we also need to, okay? We need to. All those people went on the protest on April the 5th, all the people at the town halls and everything like that. We need those people to go vote too. And the people who stayed home last time and didn't vote, we need to get their asses in the voting booth too, because that right now I think some of them think we're playing. And we need to show them that we're serious. Midterm elections are just as important as when it's a presidential or governor's race. But we definitely need to show them this now. And right now, they need to be shown that, you know. So, where am I at? Okay. So I'm trying to do several different things this morning. How y'all doing? But let me get in here. These seniors, they got activities, prom. I need to go pay for a senior shirt this morning. What else do I need to do? Make some copies. Do everything. All right. So, but thank you so much, Rectal Anger Mobile, Pixie at 1958. Mama Lisa, so great to see you. Thank you. Please like, share, subscribe. If I have more time later on the day, I'll definitely come back. I need to give you an update on Brago Garcia. And something else that just came up. An international instructor got his visa taken. Now he has to go back to South Korea. And I'm just like, so another instructor to take over his class. So, but thank y'all so much for listening to me. I will talk to y'all later. Please like, share, subscribe. Okay. And let me see. We're about to go above and beyond. Okay. All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye.